It was more than impressive, I have to say. I mean, the track is identical to the real track. I was blown away how realistic it is. Every little bump, every little spray paint, everything is exactly like you were there at the track. It was a great experience. This is a warm-up lap now. Tires to get warmed up. The engine. Breathe a little bit here when you go through that little bump there. And then it's flat pretty much all the way through here, just about. Hard braking. This is the slowest part of the track. And then I've done, I did many races in Formula 3, Formula 2. And then I did the very last race they did there in Group C in 1983 in the 956 Porsche. That's when Beloff got the lap record at the 6:11. I think I was second on the grid with the 6:14 or something. Which was, I mean, those cars were awesome around there, of course, like any car is, that speed. And this is the corner of all corners here, the Schwerenkreuz. Flat all the way into it. And then trail brake all the way into the apex here. And then hard at it again, get good speed down the hill here. Mega fast down this hill here. Just jump from one apex to the next. Gotta be super precise here. I mean, it's almost exactly like the real thing. So, I mean, it is certainly realistic enough to get past the very, a lot of the initial hurdles.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket trembled, the bomb bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, Satan's that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land I'm not afraid. You're the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, welcome to another edition of the Monday Night Mania, brought to you by Richie B's Pizza. Live broadcast by All Pro Broadcasting in partnership with KMA Racing. I am Scott Golovic, your announcer for the evening. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a good show. We got a great show coming tonight from Michigan International Speedway. This is a 2-mile track, one of the bigger tracks, third in line behind Daytona and Talladega. Got a bunch of drivers out here, got some really fast cars. We've got 100 laps. Great weather out here tonight at Michigan. Mostly cloudy, 65 degrees, sitting on a track temp of 75 degrees. With that 75 degrees, we're hoping these cars will stick, but that is a little bit hot. And that's going to be up to the drivers, how well these Camaros and Mustangs run out here tonight. Going to be a long haul, 100 laps, looking at a fuel window sitting right between 30 and 35. So these drivers, they're going to have to show an extreme amount of patience out here tonight in race 4 of Michigan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is race 4 of 20. This is a points race. Going to take a quick glance at those point standings. We've got Nathan Sylvia out there in front with 79 points and 0 wins. Ryan Kuhn, 1 win, sitting in second place at 77 points. Third place belongs to Justin Anderson, 76. Mitchell Reeves, 72. And Tristan Beats in 5th place in points, racking up 68. The only driver so far to win on this Monday night series is Ryan Kuhn with 1 win. James O'Brown. Wally Tierheimer. Wally Tierheimer with 1 win. Wally is joining us tonight, going to be going for his 2nd win out here tonight at Michigan. Good luck out there too, Wally Tierheimer. Hoping that Mom Tierheimer will be joining us out there on that All-Pro Broadcasting chat. Also, a big shout-out to the fans out there. The involved fans. Talk to me about what you want to see and whom you want to talk to. I always love to have the involvement of the fans. A little bit about Richie B, our race sponsor, out of Dothan, Alabama. New York-style pizza, Richie B. Very generous man, very good friend of mine, joining us tonight. He is driving the number 20. Big hopes out there for Richard Brose, actually getting his first win in 2 years, ending the drought recently at Talladega. I do believe that was on Saturday night, I do believe. But a big shout out to Richard Brose for sponsoring up the Monday Night Mania Series. We have our usual array of drivers out here, looking at about 30 drivers running through this field. We've got Danny Rudy, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling, joining us tonight in the number 25. We've got Joel Guy, the number 91. Big shout out to Gary Whitmer Jr., GW Graphics, in the number 5 tonight. Videographer for KMA Racing, big shout out to Becky Whitmer. We've got the number 66 of Edward Bray, the 00 of James O'Brown, and there is Wally Tierheimer tonight in the number 57. We've also got the Young Guns, Tristan Beats and Jarrett Lipster. Mitchell Reeves, James Lehman joining us tonight, as well as Steve Dutz and Jason Russo. Jason Russo, Tuesday night sponsor. These drivers are in store for a great night of racing out here at Michigan. Now, they're going to have the temptation to go full throttle around this track. That might work out for a lap or two, folks, but they will not be able to do that continuously, time after time after time. They will be having to watch their tire wear. They're going to be having to watch how fast they come up on other drivers, as well as how fast they are sliding up into that wall. Drivers are going to have to be very careful, very patient to rock through 100 laps tonight here at Michigan in race 4 of the Monday Night Mania Series, brought to you by Richard Brose. Drivers are finishing up their qualifying laps. Tonight at Michigan, qualifying is somewhat of an importance of it being a big track situation. Pretty much guaranteed for one good caution, and I suspect that caution would be coming in the middle of the pack. So the leaders out here, a lot of pressure on these leaders to stay up front, get up front, stay up front, and end up front. Taking out that number one position tonight, we do have the number 01 of James Lehman with a 38.290 side by side with the 02 of Mitchell Reeves with a 38.300. Position 3, number 73, Justin Anderson, 38.313, side by side with the number 19 of Donald Sadusky, 38.314. Rounding out the top 5 on that inside lane, the number 48 of Steve Newts with a 58.338. On the outside, 6th position, the number 74, Abe Bowden in the Skittlemobile. Position 7 belongs to the young gun driving the DFDA Camaro, the 211 Tristan Beats. On the outside lane, position 8, the number 14, Jason Russo, Pro Automotive Camaro, looking sharp. Position 9, the number 33 of Vernon Margheim. To his right side, the number 76 of Ronald Klein, position 10. Lee Staples down on the inside, P11, Brad Ream, number 26, position 12. The number 70 of Sean Dower, position 13. And the number 20, Richard Brose, our sponsor for tonight's race. Big shout out to the number 20, Richard Brose. Rounding out the top 15 is the number 15, Ronald Hartfeld. Always a good sign when your number is your starting grid. Position 16 belonging to the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster. Position 17, the number 57, Wally Tierheimer. Side by side with the number 3 of Mark Jackson. Out here representing Cora and Max Mounts is a 00 of James Brown in position 19. Position 20 belonging to Edward Bray. Also joining us is Donald Stewart, the number 78 in position 21. The number 61 of Paul Pullizer. Number 21 of Lee Ryerson near the back, along with Danny Rudy, Joel Guy, and Ben Gear. A couple of drivers not able to make the qualifying grid. James Lehman, Mitchell Reeves out there in the front, side by side. Hopefully we will see a lot of green flag pit stops tonight, folks. A little bit about pit row. Pit row speed limit is 55. Pace car speed is 70. These drivers out here tonight are equipped with one backup vehicle. Going to have to be very careful out here to do what they do and keep these flags from flying out there into the green. Want to see nothing but green flag racing tonight. I know they can do it. You know they can do it. James Lehman, Mitchell Reeves up in front. Pace car is in. Donald Sadusky on the outside, and away Donald Sadusky goes. Big start up there for the number 19 of Donald Sadusky, utilizing that middle lane. James Lehman going up and getting the in draft of the number 19. Both drivers coming back down in front of the number 73 of Justin Anderson. What a start out there tonight for the number 19 of Donald Stewart and James Lehman. We did have Mitchell Reeves out there on that grid, but something in pit row was not able to make that front line grid. Right now it is all about Donald Sadusky and James Lehman. And the number 73 of Justin Anderson. James Lehman appearing to want to go around the number 19, possibly already a little bit of three-wide action. James Lehman way up into that high side. Playing with the wall a little bit, trying to get onto the rear end of the number 19 of Donald Sadusky, and he is there. And there goes James Lehman underneath the number 19, side by side with the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Hard racing early on here at Michigan. Positions 1 and 2 belonging to James Lehman, Donald Sadusky. 2 positions back, Justin Anderson, Steve Dukes, both just sitting back, watching positions 1 and 2 scrape it up. Justin Anderson all over the rear end of the number 48 of Steve Dukes. Not trying to make a pass, but trying to match him corner for corner and line for line. Right now, Justin Anderson and Steve Dukes tearing the track up, gaining up fast on the number 19 of Donald Sadusky and James Lehman. What we're looking at right here, folks, is 2 drivers working together and 2 drivers not quite so working together. Positions 3 and 4 are catching positions 1 and 2 because of their not racing one another at the moment. There's a difference between racing against me and racing with me. Right now, I think that Donald and James, they're quite busy racing against one another, whereas Steve Dukes and Justin Anderson are racing with one another, thereby catching up to the rear end of the number 19 of Donald Sadusky, currently in second place. But I tell you what, folks, positions 1, 2, 3, and 4, already almost a second and a half out of that position 5. Positions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Doing a very good job tonight. James Lehman out there in the front. Got about 300ths of a second lead off of the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Now looking at a few lines right here, folks. It does appear that Donald Sadusky a little bit more prone to drop down onto that apron, hoping to make a little bit of ground, whereas James Lehman seems to not want to go down onto that apron, staying a little bit higher, riding up a little bit higher on that track. But starting to distance himself away from Donald Sadusky. Right now sitting at about a half a second lead. Donald Sadusky and Steve Dukes and Justin Anderson positions 2, 3, and 4. Right now very content just to play follow the leader here on lap 6. Drivers are hoping to make some green flag pit stops. Looking at the number 48 of Steve Dukes. Starting to wrestle it up with the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Steve Dukes down on that inside lane, almost to the rear end of Donald Sadusky. Donald Sadusky pulling back forward a little bit. Steve Dukes wanting to get that run. I do believe if Steve Dukes is going to pass the number 19 of Donald Sadusky, he's going to have to utilize below that white line. But right now, staying very carefully into the draft right now, trying to make a move. He is up there onto the rear end. Will he cut low? He is staying right on to the outside. Steve Dukes trying a different move, a little bit higher groove right now. Maintaining them corners with Donald Sadusky. He's a little bit lower. Looks like he's going to make a move up to the rear end one more time. Steve Dukes trying to make a move. Steve Dukes side by side with the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Steve Dukes getting momentum up at 190, 191. Steve Dukes coming underneath the underside of the number 19. Also in tow will be the number 73 of Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson trying to make a move on Steve Dukes. Both these drivers were able to successfully pass the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Right now Steve Dukes 1.2 seconds back away from our race leader. Steve Dukes being challenged right now by Justin Anderson for that position 2. I tell you what, folks, these guys are out here off to a very great start. Hey, big shout out there to Lisa Batchelor out here rooting on. Sean Dower, Becky Whitmer. Good to see Becky out here rooting on Gary Whitmer. Dropping back through the pack a little bit. Going to take a look at the number 74 of Abe Bowden and the number 14 of Jason Russo. Abe Bowden and Jason Russo, both very long-term members of KMA Racing. Jason Russo, a sponsor And me and Abe going back about 8 years to the days of Project Torque. Jason Russo all over the rear end of the number 74, tighter than a hair in a biscuit right there. But Abe Bowden trusting Jason Russo. Jason Russo isn't right now in contention with Abe Bowden. These drivers are trying to work their way up through this pack, and they are coming up onto the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Now, just a minute ago, Donald Sadusky was up there in that number 1, number 2 spot. Right now, Donald Sadusky being passed by the number 74 of Abe Bowden, and soon to be passed by the number 14 of Jason Russo. Question of the hour right now is the number 19 of Donald Sadusky struggling out here tonight, or is he intentionally falling to the back? Right now, Donald Sadusky, 3 wide with Abe Bowden, Jason Russo. Donald Sadusky backing it out, but onto his left side here comes the young gun man himself, the number 211 of Tristan Beats. Tristan Beats into the number 74, Abe Bowden. Hang on to it, Abe Bowden. Hang on to it, Abe Bowden. Abe Bowden hanging on to it for dear life. What a save right there by Abe Bowden. Getting a little bit of right side damage on that. Going back up, going to check out some hard and fast racing up there with Vernon Markheim. Vernon Markheim in the number 33. Racing hard with the number 26 of Brad Reed. Vernon Markheim trying to come underneath the number 26, but the number 26 of Brad Reed having his sights impaired a little bit by the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Vernon Markheim and the number 33 rolling back out of it as Brad Reed now goes underneath the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. Donald Sadusky staying high. Not sure if Donald is allowing safe passage or if Donald is struggling a little bit out here, possibly taking some tire wear early on, losing momentum right there as Vernon Markheim makes a safe pass on the number 19 of Donald Sadusky. That will put Donald Sadusky back into 7th place, dropping 6 spots in a matter of 8 laps. Donald Sadusky doing his best to stay in it as he is being approached by the number 211 of Tristan Meats. Tristan Meats, a bit of a younger driver out here. I do believe 18 years old. Very young driver, very good driver right now. Going to wrap it up with the number 19, Donald Sadusky, a very mature driver, a veteran driver. We've got youth against age here on lap 13 with Tristan Meats and Donald Sadusky. We're on lap 14 of 100. No cautions, 1 lead change. Do you want to bounce back and check in with a couple of drivers for our fans? Looking at the number 5 of Gary Whitmer, not able to start tonight race, got called out for a duty call. Can't look at Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer told me that he may have to go out tonight. But we can look at the number 3 of Mark Jackson. We have got Kristen Phillips out there tonight, rooting on the number 3 of Mark Jackson. Right now, Mark Jackson sitting in P15, up 3 spots from his number 18 position on that start. Big shout out to Mark Jackson, Kristen Phillips. Big shout out to Mama Patty. Hope she's out here rooting on the grave digger himself, number 3, Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson all over the rear end of the number 15 of Ronald Hartfield here on lap 15. Ronald Hartfield up 1 position from his gridding position. He is onto the 14th spot right now, and he is approaching the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Ronald Hartfield pushing up into, trying to get up around the number 76, opting for that inside lane. I do believe he has got the momentum, but can Ronald pass Ronald? Or will Ronald not be able to pass Ronald? Too many Ronalds out here on lap 16. Ronald Hartfield taken down to the inside groove. Going to come underneath the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein fighting back onto that outside. Following is the number 3 of Mark Jackson. Coming up fast on Wally Tierheimer and Abe Bowden. Somewhere, Ronald Klein dug deep. Number 76, Ronald Klein digging down deep, coming underneath. The number 57 of Wally Tierheimer. Coming up onto the number 74 of Abe Bowden. Ronald James doing a great job out here tonight on lap 17. He's got to keep an eye on that left side mirror as we are looking at Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson right there hanging off the left side. Mark Jackson coming underneath, trying to come underneath, does back off. Good decision there by Mark Jackson. Once again, Ronald Klein put a little bit of distance between himself and Mark Jackson. Ronald Klein down to the inner lane. Going to try one more time to get around the number 74 of Abe Bowden. Ronald Klein up to the outside. Ronald Klein ducking down to the inside, side by side with the number 74. Heavy traffic. Ronald Klein swiping Abe Bowden. That's twice now that Abe Bowden has been swiped. Looking at Abe Bowden going to the front. Abe Bowden underneath the 211. Tristan Beats in front. Jason Russo scraping the wall just a hair. Abe Bowden right now doing a very good job out here tonight. Abe Bowden surrounded by serious traffic. Down on the inside, he's got the 211 of Tristan Beats. Trying to make a run, trying to get around Tristan Beats in heavy traffic with Jason Russo and Mark Jackson. These four drivers right now putting on such a great show. Abe Bowden, Tristan Beats, Jason Russo, Mark Jackson, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Doing a great job out here tonight. They are approaching Donald Sadusky. Donald Sadusky right now in position 7, going underneath the number 70 of Sean Dower. There's one of them cars I was looking for. Lisa Batchelor out here tonight rooting on the number 70 of Sean Dower with Old School. Old School's Motorsports. Right now, Donald Sadusky wrestling pretty hard with the number 70 of Sean Dower. Sean Dower up on that outside lane. Donald Sadusky opting more so for the middle lane. Sean Dower with a bit of a run right there. Big run out there by Sean Dower. But Donald Sadusky fighting back on the inside. Not quite able, though, to make that pass. Sean Dower doing a great job out here tonight. Started in P13, right now in P7, and he is gaining ground onto these leaders. Right now he is 6.8 seconds back off of these leaders. Sean Dower in the number 70 P7. Moving forward, one spot in front of Sean Dower as Sean Dower does approach the number 48 of Steve Dutz. Steve Dutz qualified 5th. He is in P5 at the moment. A lot of expectations out here for the number 48 of Steve Dutz as Sean Dower does. Coming around the inside. Hey, fair and clean pass right there by the number 70 of Sean Dower. Steve Dutz seeming to fall back in the pack. He is getting pretty much run over by traffic. Steve Dutz pulling it back together. Had Mark Jackson and Abe Bowden coming up on him at a quite respectable rate of speed. Steve Dutz possibly showing signs of early tire wear. Hey, big shot out there too. Good friend Cody Lipster. Speaking of Cody, 1 week from this coming Saturday, 2 Saturdays from now, Cody will be joining me up into the booth for a very special race brought to you by Edward Gray. We're going to be doing the Screaming Eagle, and we're going to be working on some cup cars that night. Oftentimes these drivers are out here in the trucks or these Class B, but Edward says, you know what, I want to get the big boys out. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we will be doing the Screaming Eagle, looking at Abe Bowden right now. Abe Bowden actually gave the number 48 a little bit of a love tap. Abe Bowden working his way up there to the front. We are on lap 23. We have only had 2 lead changes. Looking at the number 74 of Abe Bowden. Word on the track is the number 21 of Lee Ryerson is pitting. Green flag pit stops as Lee Ryerson driving the Chevy Camaro Goodwrench. Lee Ryerson for our first round of some green flag pit stops. Looking at Lee Ryerson. Good pit stop. Good entry. I do believe he is penalty free going in. Lee Ryerson taking right sides. Lee Ryerson taking left sides. Lee Ryerson with a very good pit stop. Now, unfortunately, that will put him one lap down going in early. Possibly a little paranoia about his tires. But that could be a very good decision that Lee Ryerson has made here early on. Because if that caution does come out, he is the first driver, one lap down, and he will get that lucky dog position. Going back up to second place position, Vernon Margheim. Vernon Margheim right now, 4.5 seconds back off of the number 73, and word on the track is the number 26 of Brad Ream. Brad Ream going into pit row for another green flag, round of green flag pit stops, number 26, Brad Ream. Brad Ream looking very sharp out here tonight in the Ream.com Chevy Camaro. Brad Ream, I'm pretty sure, will be taking rights and lefts as will several drivers right now going into pit row. We do know that Abe Bowden has gone into pit row. We have got Donald Stewart at the number 78 going into pit row. A lot of pit row action here tonight as Brad Ream with a very successful pit stop. Good job to these drivers out here being pit row. Line of traffic in pit row a mile long. Looking at Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart into pit row here on lap 26. We asked for some green flag pit stops tonight, and ladies and gentlemen, we are getting him. Donald Stewart sliding past his pit stop. Well, that's going to cost him a couple of seconds right there. Pitting is everything. Always glad to see these pit stops out here. What those pit stops do is they do break up that pack racing, and we are able to get into some more green flag pit stops. Donald Stewart right now looking like he's being held for a penalty. Unfortunate break there for Donald Stewart. Green flag pit stops developing out here, getting back out onto that track, checking in with our race leader, James Lehman. James Lehman started out tonight in position number 1. Right now, James Lehman is in position number 1. Doing a very good job out here, dropping back to position number 3, or position number 2, to Sean Dower. Sean Dower starting 13th tonight, right now in position 2. Position 3 belongs to Donald Sadusky. Donald Sadusky and Tristan Beats both into pit row. Donald Sadusky giving up that position 3 in pit row at the Ryan Sadusky's Memorial Tribute Camaro. Number 19, Donald Sadusky tonight, currently in 8th position in pit row. Started out tonight, qualified in at position 4. Donald Sadusky taking rights. Donald Sadusky taking lefts. Donald Sadusky being held for a penalty, unfortunately, jumping forward to the number 211 of Tristan Beats. Just recently completing his green flag pit stop. Tristan Beats trying to get merged back up onto that track, but he has got to give clearance to the faster on-track traffic. Number 211 of Tristan Beats back up on track, falling into position behind the number 70 of Sean Dower. Another round of green flag pit stops with the number 91, Joel Guy. My good friend Joel Guy in the number 91 going into pit row for his green flag pit stop. Joel Guy is currently in position 4 going into pit row. I tell you what, folks, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers out here tonight have achieved some green flag pit stops. Big shout out to all these drivers. Number 91, Joel Guy, sitting in pit row. Taking right sides. Taking left sides. Big shout out to Joel Guy. Jason Russo going in for a green flag pit stop. Jason Russo in the Pro Automotive Chevy Camaro, number 14 tonight, is our Tuesday night sponsor. Watching Jason Russo. Staying to the right of pit row as he should. Looking for his pit stall. Looking for his pit guys. Staying clear to the right. This is how pit row is done, ladies and gentlemen. 4 shots ahead, and he is into his pit stall in the number 14. Jason Russo taking rights. Jason Russo taking lefts, and I believe no penalty, and he is free and clear and out on his way out of pit row. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take one of 2 commercial breaks right here, and we will be right back with you, and a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Smithley, driving the number 0 JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. While we were gone for that commercial break, we did have our first caution of the night. On lap 37, we did see the number 26 of Brad Ream. It was on lap 37. It was Brad Ream slightly overdriving that track. As he did overdrive that track, he did go up there, and he said a great big, "How you doing there, Mr. Wall?" Single car spin out. No other drivers were involved, just the number 26 of Brad Ream. But I tell you what, folks, I certainly hope that he didn't do any damage to that wall, because he sure did a lot of damage down there onto that Ream.com Chevy Camaro. Severe rear end damage on Brad Ream. Single car spin out, bringing out our first caution of the evening. But I tell you what, these drivers have done a great job out here tonight. This first caution of the evening, it is going to be a game changer, though. It's going to be just like a brand new race. Gives us a chance to get in touch with a couple of drivers out here as soon as they do get situated back out there onto the track. Most of these drivers go into pit road to take some tires. Let's get a driver up here and have a chat with him. How about it, Justin Anderson? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, what a run we had right there. We had 37 green flag laps right there with a whole bunch of green flag pit stops. You qualified in third. You're in position 1. How is it going tonight for you?
Oh, this has been a dream race so far. I kind of wish it had gone green. The car's handling great. The Ray Bestos Ford was basically on a rail the entire race, and I was looking forward to 70 more green flag laps.
Now, do you think that this one caution here, we're not quite at that halfway point, we almost made it, but do you think this caution is going to change the way that these drivers begin to drive with about 58 laps to go once we go green?
Well, cautions do breed cautions, but I think more importantly, it changed the pit strategy, because some people were on a 2-stop strategy and some people were on a 3-stop strategy like I was. So not everybody can make it on one more stop. So this kind of puts everybody on an even playing field, and it'll make it interesting.
Alrighty, copy that. Anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Richie B's for sponsoring the race, All Pro for a great broadcast, and KMA for the lead.
Alrighty, copy that. Good luck to you, Justin Anderson.
Thank you, sir.
One more driver interview. How about it, Mark Jackson? Have you got a copy?
Hi, Scotty. I got you.
Alrighty, now talk to me, Mark. Talk to Mama Patty. Talk to Kristen. You started tonight in 18th. Well, you're up there to 4th place. How you doing?
Well, we're having a pretty good run so far. Just want to say hi to Mom and my fiance, Kristen, up there. Love y'all. We took a little gamble on that green flag stop. Took 2, and car was pretty loose. I don't think we'll do that again, but I got lucky. Got a caution and got us some track position.
Copy that. Now I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Justin. Do you think this one caution is going to change the great racing we have had out here tonight for the remaining 50-some laps?
I don't think it'll change. We've had some good racing. Guys giving it a lot of room. I mean, we're racing hard, but it's a big wide track, and seems to be everybody's having a lot of fun up here. So we'll see how it goes. I think we can go green the rest of the way.
Alrighty, copy that. Big shout out to Mark Jackson. Big shout out to Mom and Patty and Kristen Phillips out there on that APB chat. Good luck to you, Mark.
Thanks, Scott.
Big shout out to the fans out there. Drivers are getting ready to line up double file. Going to go back into what we hopefully will be a green flag 58 lap run. These drivers will be taking lap 42. Once we go back to green, we have had 1 caution and 8 lead changes. Completely new ball game up here in the front, as we have Ronald Hartfeld qualified in at 15th. He is right now in position 1. Ronald Hartfeld, newcomer up here to the top 5. Justin Anderson, he's in 2nd place. Vernon Markheim 3rd. Mark Jackson 4th, and Abe Bowden will round out top 5. Let's see what Ronald Hartfeld with that New York number 15 yellow and black, sharp-looking car right there. New York Chevy Camaro. A little bit of yellow, black, and blue right there for you on the number 15. Ronald Hartfeld looking sharp. Going to take our first restart of the night here on lap pushing 42. Starts and restarts are always done on leader's discretion. Once that pace car does go in, Ronald can go as he chooses to go. He can sit there and go right into there, or he can actually wait for that green flag light to fly. And he is holding steady. There he goes. Starting off at 80 up to 111, 120, 130. Great acceleration there by Ronald Hartfeld, coming up into the outside lane in front of the number 73 of Justin Anderson. Vernon Markheim, position 3, following the leader. Looking at Justin Anderson, the Vernon Markheim both possibly wanting to go underneath the number 15. Justin Anderson to the rear quarter panel of the number 15. Justin Anderson coming underneath the number 15. Side by side in the corner. What great momentum right there to carry Justin Anderson through that corner. Same situation with Vernon Markheim. What a run by Vernon Markheim, dropping way down below that white line. Still trying to work his way around the number 15. Different driving styles here, folks. Now let's take a good hard look at Vernon's line versus the number 15 Ronald Hartfeld line. Vernon, more of an inside type guy. Ronald up on that outside lane, an outside lane guy, but right now both of these drivers are holding steady. Very tight race in between Vernon and Ronald. But in the rearview mirror of Vernon is the number 2 of Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves starting to make his move up here to the front. Mitchell Reeves, an extremely experienced driver. And Mitchell Reeves backing it off into that corner. And that will allow the number 70 of Sean Dower. One more time, Sean Dower approaching his way to the front. Sean Dower, Mitchell Reeves, Vernon Markheim all making that pass on the number 15 of Ronald Hartfeld, trying to track down the number 73 of Justin Anderson. A little bit of a checkup right here with Mitchell. Mitchell all over the rear end of Vernon Markheim, sliding across that left taillight. That was a little bit sketchy, but he knew what he was doing. I knew he was safe. I wasn't sweating that. I know you weren't. Right now, Mitchell Reeves side by side with the number 33 of Vernon Markheim. Vernon Markheim fighting back on that outside. But here comes the number 70 of Sean Dower, itching to go 3 wide. Plenty of room to go 3 wide. Sean Dower opting not to go 3 wide. Hey, a big high five to Sean Dower in old school motorsports, exhibiting great patience, but right now he did see that door, and it was wide open. He comes on into the house and around the number 33 of Vernon Markheim. Sean Dower quite focused right now on the 02 of Mitchell Reeves here on lap 46. Sean Dower doing a great job right now. All these drivers out here doing a great job tonight. Sean Dower in second, in third place. Mitchell Reeves. Sean Dower going for a ride. Sean Dower off track. Sean Dower off track. Hold on to it, Sean Dower. He's hanging on to it. He's trying to get control of it before he comes back up into that traffic. Safe recovery there by Sean Dower. But that is going to cost him many a spot. Right now, Sean Dower a little bit slower than the traffic catching up to him. Sean Dower losing several positions back to position 11. Even the cameras on the number 70 of Sean Dower as the number 14 Jason Russo and Donald Stewart. And now Mark Jackson will come around him onto that outside lane. A little bit of a heartbreaker right there by Sean Dower, as he did lose that. That cost him 9 positions and about 3 seconds off of that race leader. It'll be interesting to see if Sean Dower can work his way back up to the front. Right now he is back up to speed at 185, 86, 87, 88, 191 miles per hour, 192, getting a big push from number 3 of Mark Jackson, letting her back down to 183. Sean Dower's last lap 39.668. Sean Dower doing everything he can to work his way up to the rear end of number 78 of Donald Stewart. But Donald Stewart right now, large and in charge right now in position 12. Started out tonight in position 21. Right now, Donald Stewart trying to get onto the rear end of our Tuesday night sponsor, Jason Russo. Big shout out to Donald King out there. Absolutely agreeing with Donald King. One way to get TV time, referring back there to Sean Dower. Big shout out to the fans out there. Big shout out to Becky, Kristen, Cody, and Lisa, and Mama Patty. We are on lap 49, almost at the halfway point. Great racing going on out here. Let's jump up there to the number 48 of Steve Dukes and the number 33 of Vernon Margheim. Well, I tell you what, these two drivers right here, folks, they are heating it up. It is at the halfway point. You hear me talking quite a bit about go time. Now, if you are out here on lap 50 at the halfway point, the question of the day is it go time? Right now, it does appear that Vernon and Steve and Jarrett and Wally, well, they're looking at lap 50 as go time. Steve Dukes all over the rear end of Vernon Margheim, but keeping a very close eye on his rear view as the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer makes the fast pass against the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster. Jarrett Lipster getting ready to get into some serious traffic with the number 74 of Abe Bowden. Abe Bowden right now in position 7. Abe Bowden trying to work his way up to the front of the pack. Abe Bowden started 6th, right now in position 7. Abe Bowden onto the rear end of the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster, matching him corner for corner, route for route. Abe Bowden pushing hard on the number 99. Abe Bowden coming underneath the number 99. What a gutsy move right there by Abe Bowden, actually getting a little bit of bumper contact onto the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster. Will it work? No, sir, it will not work, but Abe Bowden might want to be looking in his rear view mirror as the number 01 of James Lehman. One more time, Abe Bowden giving a little bit of a bump there to the number 99. Abe Bowden sounding out that chrome horn, but unfortunately that one there slowed him down. Back up one spot to Jarrett and the number 99 racing it hard. Jarrett Lipster losing speed. Jarrett Lipster almost getting run over by Abe Bowden. Jarrett Lipster losing a little bit of speed right here on lap 53. Number 74, Abe Bowden, finally does get around the number 99. The number 99, Jarrett Lipster, fighting back. What great racing right now between the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster and the 74 of Abe Bowden. But going back a couple of more spots, big action with Donald Stewart and Tristan Beats and Sean Dower. Donald Stewart getting to get real busy. Good thing Donald Stewart is not claustrophobic right now. Donald Stewart, he has got cars to his left. He has got cars to his right. Donald Stewart has got a car here, everywhere car. Donald Stewart up on that high lane. Donald Stewart going back down to that middle lane, trying to get up there into the draft of the number 99, all the while keeping an eye on the mirror of the number 70 of Sean Dower. Sean Dower up very tightly across the nose end of the number 211 of Tristan Beats. Big traffic right here with Sean Dower, Donald Stewart, and Jarrett Lipster. Jarrett Lipster losing momentum. Sean Dower coming underneath. Tristan Beats coming underneath. Sean Dower trying to get around the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Sean Dower down below that white line, advancing his position on the number 78 of Donald Stewart. What a race out here, ladies and gentlemen. We are on lap 55 watching Sean Dower work his way back up to the front, but Donald Stewart onto his outside. Donald Stewart trying to get down that backstretch, trying to get down onto his inside lane. He has got a nose onto that inside panel. Donald Stewart going down to the inside, getting a big run. Donald Stewart side by side with Sean Dower. And one more time in the mirror of Sean Dower, here comes the 211 of Tristan Beats. We didn't forget about you, Tristan. We know you're back there. Tristan Beats trying to get up onto the draft of the number 70 of Sean Dower. Sean Dower trying to get around the outside of Donald Stewart. These three drivers out here tonight putting on a very good show. And there goes the number 211, Tristan Beats passing the number 70. Going to try to pass the number 78, gave him a slight little bumper, knocking on that left rear corner as the number 211 of Tristan Beats trying to complete the inside pass on the number 78. Big shot out there to Martha Tierheimer. Martha Tierheimer out here tonight rooting on her son, the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer. Get those cameras up there too. Wally Tierheimer, so Martha can have a look at Wally Tierheimer, but the caution will fly. We're looking at the number 64 of Lee Staples. Not the fault of the number 64 of Lee Staples, more so going upwards to the 00 of James O. Brown and the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster. Jarrett Lipster and James O. Brown making contact here on lap 56. We're going to back those cameras up. Take a look at what happened, and it does appear that the number 99 just narrowly into the rear end of the 00, tapping that right inside corner. A lot of different angles. We can look at that here within our replay booth. Great hard racing going on right there between these two drivers, though. But unfortunately, that will bring out our second caution of the night, as it does indeed appear that the number 99 did indeed come into contact with the 00 of James Brown, bringing out our second caution of the night. Race leaders right now: Justin Anderson, Mitchell Reese heading off into pit row, along with the number 33 of Vernon Margheim, along with the number 48 of Steve Dutz and James Lehman and Wally Tierheimer. Alrighty, Martha, I promised you camera shots on Wally, and then we were rudely interrupted by a caution. So we're going to keep these cameras on Wally Tierheimer, and as soon as Wally Tierheimer is out of pit row safe and sound, we're going to get Wally Tierheimer up here onto the horn. Big shout out to Martha Tierheimer. We've had 2 cautions, ladies and gentlemen, 9 lead changes. Wally Tierheimer looking sharp. What a race off of pit row. 6 drivers right now out there jockeying for position. Wally Tierheimer having to get immediately up there onto that track, or he was going to get runned over. Hey, big shout out to Wally Tierheimer, doing a great job out here, falling right into line. How about it, Wally Tierheimer? You got a copy, sir?
I do, Scott. How are we doing tonight?
Well, I tell you what, this was funny, Wally. You will appreciate this. We saw Mom Tierheimer up there on that chat, and I said, hey, let's go take a look at Wally. And bam, that caution flew out, so I promised Mom Tierheimer I'd be right back on you. We watched you getting in and out of pit row right there. A lot of traffic right there. That was kind of sketchy.
Yeah, that was good. There was a few, I think 3 or 4 wide there. I just went to the outside lane and I kept it at 55 and had my head down and head for that cone, man.
You did a great job exiting pit row, staying out of trouble. Doing a great job tonight. You started off tonight's race in position 17. Right now you are in position 6. Looking at about 38 laps to go, so you're still going to have to make another pit stop. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I think about 30, 31 is as far as you can go, and you don't really want to go that far anyway. So now it breaks it up into a couple of 20-lap runs where everybody can handle their car. And if people start pitting at 20 or at lap 80, you'll know everyone else is going to follow, because you can't make up that ground later on.
All right, copy that. Now, you had mentioned you don't want to take it that far to 31 laps on a fuel run. Why is that?
Well, if you pit in at lap 20, your tires really start going away. Really, they start becoming a real handful at 20 laps. At 30 laps, it's almost undrivable. You're losing a second or two a lap to the fast cars on decent tires. So if you can split the difference there, I think you'd be a lot better shape than trying to go all the way, run it dry, hope for a caution or whatever. I think it's better off to split the difference on this run.
All righty, copy that. Good luck to you, Wally.
All right, Scott, thanks.
How about it, Sean Dower? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All righty, we've only got just a few seconds before we get back into green flag racing, but I wanted to let you know I've got a message I got to deliver to you. Go Baby, number 70, and that is from Lisa Bachelor. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but you've got a fan out there on that All Pro Broadcasting chat, and I want to make sure that you got a chance to tell her hello.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I try to share y'all's broadcast. Very proud to be here. So we share it on several different pages, so I'm glad I brought somebody in. That's awesome. Thank you.
All righty, copy that. Tell me a little bit about Old School real quick.
Old School's, actually we do a lot of paints, but we've been real busy here lately for whatever reason. We've been slammed with paint jobs. I'm just blessed to be able to paint some of these cars, but in tonight's race, man, I've got a fast car. I've managed to make it up to third place from the back, and then, I got in that last caution. I was caught up in it, so hopefully I'll be able to get up there at least in the top 5 again, so we'll see. But thanks for asking.
All righty, good luck to you, Sean Dower. All righty, there you go, Lisa. Always try to make the fans out here happy. Up here in the front, Mitchell Reeves, Vernon Margheim, positions 1 and 2. Justin Anderson, Steve Dutz, 3 and 4. James Lehman, rounding out the top 5. Jason Russo, position 6. Wally Tierheimer, position 7. Abe Bowden, position 8. Donald Stewart, position 9. And Tristan Beats, rounding out the top 10. Mitchell Reeves, Vernon Margheim, very familiar with these restarts here. Great racing tonight here at Michigan International Speedway in race 4 of 12 in the Monday night Mania Series, brought to you by Richie B. And Richie B's Pizza out of Dothan, Alabama. Pace car is in. Mitchell Reeves, not one to hesitate, and away indeed does go. Mitchell Reeves, but on that outside lane, getting jacked up by the number 33 of Vernon Margheim and the number 48 of Steve Dukes. Vernon Margheim not quite off to as good of a start as what he would have liked, and actually had the number 48 of Steve Dukes knocking on his rear end. Right now, Steve Dukes, very precarious. Right now, Steve Dukes in a very precarious situation right there, wanting to charge it up through that middle, but having to back her down. Looking at Vernon Margheim, the monkey in the, well, he's almost the monkey in the middle. He is side by side. Steve Dukes pushing the number 33. A little bit of a scary situation right there. You got to be careful pushing these cars out here tonight. You can very easily spin them. Vernon Margheim doing everything he can to get up there to the rear end of the number 73 of Justin Anderson. Side by side with James Lehman. A little bit of a bump right there. Vernon Margheim heading for the wall, bringing out our next caution of the evening. We're gonna back that one up and take a close look at that. We do know that was the 0-1 of James Lehman. Actually, I do believe James Lehman possibly drifting up into the number 33 of Vernon Margheim. We're going to look at that and see. A lot of great racing out here tonight, but these drivers are beginning to get just a little bit anxious out here. Tire wear starting to give, and tire wear being a bit of a gamble. Nonetheless, that will bring out our third caution of the evening as we are watching James Lehman in the 0-1, I do believe, sliding up into the left side of the number 33 of Vernon Margheim, sending Vernon Margheim into the wall, ricocheting off of the number 48 and the number 14 of Jason Russo, and the number 76 of Ronald Klein involved into it as well, bringing out our third caution of the evening. That will bring out our third caution of the evening. Underneath our third caution of the night, now Mitchell Reeves taking it into pit row, not going into pit row. Mitchell Reeves opting to stay out. Going to give us a chance to get an interview in with Mitchell Reeves opting to stay out. How about it, Mitchell Reeves?
Oh, got Scott.
Alrighty, interesting little situation. You're right there with a little bit of tomfoolery. Acting like you're going to go into pit row, but opting to stay out. What is your line of thinking staying out right now on 65?
Well, we can't make it on gas. I think you can go about 31 to 33 laps anyway. Those guys might be good, but the thing is, though, Scott, is if we have another caution, you're going to have to go down for tires. And right now, the race is starting to get really hard. Everybody's wanting to try to get these positions because it's so hard to pass. I see another caution coming, unfortunately, but in a right side of things, it's going to work in our favor. So really, I'd like to make a good, 10, 15 lap run here, maybe have a caution, go get some tires, some fuel, and have a heck of a run to the finish here.
All right, now copy that. Now talk to me about the time differential under green flag circumstances of you going into pit row and being able to get back out onto that track. Are you going to lose a lap going into pit row under green flag?
Yeah, you're definitely going to lose a lap, and that kind of showed there a little bit with the green flag pit stops we had earlier, which was really awesome to have, by the way. But the thing is I don't see. I hope it goes green, but and for my sake, I really hope it doesn't because I really need a caution. I really thought a lot more people stayed out, but the thing is too, there's a lot of people behind me that stayed out. As I said, that they're all pitting now, but it should be an interesting race here to the end. If we have a caution, I would definitely go in if it's after lap 70. And hopefully to work in our favor. We had to start from pit road tonight, and just happy to get through the field cleanly, and happy to be in P1. Maybe we can hold it.
All righty, big shout out to Mitchell Reeves. Big shout out to Southeast Motorsports. Good luck to you, Mitchell.
Southeast out.
And we've got time for one more driver interview. Joining us up in the booth is the number 74 of Abe Bowden. How are we doing, Abe?
So far today.
All righty, I tell you what, you are looking pretty sharp out here. You qualified up tonight in 6th. Right now you're in P2. Cameras have been a lot on you. Actually seen you give it the chrome horn to a couple of drivers, but doing it very cleanly. How are you on your tires and your fuel strategy?
I'm not sure how the fuel strategy is going to work out just yet. I'm still playing with the numbers. The tires, I think I can go pretty good distance here. Right now I'm not sure how I ended up in this position here. Everybody else decided to pit after that, so I'm just going to play this out and see how it goes.
Alrighty, copy that. Big shout out to your wife and your kids. Hey, you're looking pretty sharp out there in the Skidamobile. Sure would like to see that up there in Victory Lane tonight. Good luck to you, Abe Bowden.
Oh, thank you.
And that was Abe Bowden. Now, I've raced Abe Bowden throughout 3 sim racing situations for the past 8 years. He was actually my first friend within online gaming, so I pretty much can predict what I think the number 74 of Abe Bowden will do, and he is the type of man that will play on a strategy. Jumping back to the number 21, Lee Ryerson Jr., a little bit of a newcomer here to the league of KMA Racing. He's going to be restarting off in 3rd, qualified position 27th. James O'Brown representing Cora and Max Mount. Great device to put up there on your dash to keep your cell phone entertained while your hands are entertaining that wheel and your eyes are entertaining that road. James Brown representing Max Mount and Cora, qualified 19th, right now in position 4, and Paul Pelizer, number 5 position right now, qualified P25, doing a very great job working his way up here to the front. Pace car is going down that backstretch. Abe Bowden, Mitchell Reeves, Lee Ryerson, James O'Brown, our top 4. Checking in for Martha Tierheimer. Yes, ma'am. Wally Tierheimer sitting back there in position 6 on that inside lane. He still wins, Martha. Wally Tierheimer doing a great job out here. Giving an update to Lisa. Sean Dower back there in P17. He is still in it to win it tonight. Big shout out to Wally and Sean being booted on by Lisa and Martha. Big shout out to Becky, even though her son Gary got called out on a real life call, could not make the race tonight. Mitchell Reeves side by side with Abe Bowden, and away goes Mitchell Reeves. A very powerful restart right there. We've had 3 cautions, 11 lead changes. But as these drivers did mention, as Mitchell was talking to us, things are going to get a little bit dicey. Lee Ryerson right now in position 2, taking over position 2 from the number 74 of Abe Bowden. Lee Ryerson and Abe Bowden side by side. Got to be very careful out here going into these corners. Lee Ryerson able to make that fair pass on the number 74 of Abe Bowden. Abe Bowden not quite ready to give it up yet, taking more so onto that high lane. Abe Bowden hoping he will get those tires a little stickier. Lee Ryerson utilizing low lane to high lane. But right now, the 211 of Tristan Beats tearing it up on the inside. Tristan Beats on a big run, getting up to the number 74 of Abe Bowden. But Abe Bowden going underneath side by side with Lee Ryerson. Positions 2, 3, and 4, and 5 rocking it out here tonight at Michigan. Abe Bowden side by side with Lee Ryerson. But on that inside lane, the number 211 of Tristan Beats. Tristan Beats wanting it very hard. Tristan Beats side by side with Lee Ryerson. Caution is out. We do know that the number 19 of Donald Sadusky involved in it. I'm not sure if he was to blame or not, and indeed he was not. It appeared more so that the number 15 of Ronald Hartfeld possibly drifting up into James Brown. We're going to back that up on our GW graphics replay. Pretty hard racing out here between Ronald Hartfield, the number 15 of James, of Ronald, making contact with James Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell if there was any fault right there at, we've got racing deals out here, that there was a bona fide, just a little bit of a love tap right there. But nonetheless, the number 15 of Ronald Hartfield getting up into James Brown out here representing Cora, bringing out our 4th caution of the night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, great time for our second commercial break, and we will be right back with you, and we will wrap this up.
Hey, this is Garrett Smithley, driver the number 0 JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.
Does your home suffer from paint failure? It's time to paint the exterior of your home if it's suffering from caulking, peeling, blistering or dried wood, fading or bleaching, cracked or stained stucco. Have the Arizona Painting Company make your home look like new again. With our gold package, we offer the best and only 10-year paint warranty in Arizona. Our crews are experienced, well-trained, friendly, and best of all, they'll make sure you're 100% satisfied. Choose the best. Choose the Arizona Painting Company. Visit us online or call today and ask about our 10-year gold package paint warranty.
You're watching All Pro Broadcasting with Freedom Train.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Just in time to get back into some green flag racing. We've got 26 laps to get her done. Drivers are fueled up and tired up and ready to go. We are underneath our fourth caution of the evening. Hopefully they will finish it up green flag. We've got Justin Anderson side by side with Sean Dower. I told you Sean Dower to be back up here. Kristen beats Jarrett Lipster. Looking like a couple of purple and black Twinkies out here in positions 3 and 4. We call them the KMA Young Guns, driving the DFDA Chevy Camaros. And away goes Justin Anderson. What a restart there by the number 73 of Justin Anderson. Good restart by the number 70 of Sean Dower. Not such a good restart for the number 211 of Tristan Beats. A little bit slow on that restart. Right now, Tristan Beats battling it out with James Lehman. James Lehman coming underneath the 211 of Tristan Beats. Tristan Beats right now falling into line with the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster. Tristan Beats trying to go underneath the 01 of James Lehman. Ducking on down. Going to be some tight cornering right here on lap 74. 211. Tristan Beats very tight on to the 01 of James Lehman. Number 99, Jarrett Lipster, he's wanting a little bit too, as well as Mitchell Reeves. Watching all this develop. Mitchell Reeves currently in position 6. Great racing here between Mitchell Reeves, Jarrett Lipster, and James Lehman. And the 211 of Tristan Beats. James Lehman almost side by side with the 211. Tristan Beats side by side with Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves up on that high lane, trying to pass the number 99 on that high lane. Side by side, going to be 3 wide with Jarrett, Tristan, and Mitchell. Mitchell threading that needle. What a thread right there by Mitchell Reeves. That was actually a pretty darn good move right there by Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves coming underneath the number 211 of Tristan Beats, and now he's got his eyes locked on to the 01 of James Lehman. Mitchell Reeves winning the last Monday Night Mania Series, brought to you by Richard Brose. Mitchell Reeves not quite having yet a win in this series here on Monday night. But tonight could be the night for Mitchell Reeves, getting up close to the rear end of the number 1 of James Lehman. James Lehman in 3rd spot, starting to lose a little bit of momentum. Mitchell Reeves picking up momentum. Mitchell Reeves down below that white line, down onto that apron, trying to get her done. Justin Anderson, P1. Sean Dower, P2. James Lehman, P3. Mitchell Reeves, P4. Up to the front, Sean Dower racing hard with the number 73 of Justin Anderson. Sean Dower going down to the inside, side by side with the number 73 of Justin Anderson. 70 losing a little bit of momentum right there. Inside lane not as strong for Sean Dower as that middle lane was for the number 73 of Justin Anderson. But Sean Dower in it to win it tonight with a 100-lap race here at Michigan. We are on lap 78. Great racing out here between Justin Anderson and Sean Dower, but one spot back again to Mitchell Reeves and James Lehman side by side down that backstretch at 189, 190, 192 miles per hour before having to let her out, getting into the corner. Mitchell Reeves side by side with James Lehman. Both of these drivers are approaching Sean and Justin at a very rapid rate of speed. Mitchell Reeves a little bit stronger down onto the inside, does make the fast pass against the 0-1 of James Lehman. That will put Mitchell Reeves up there into position 3. Right now he is 200ths of a second. He's looking at about a 4-car length differential between him and Sean Dower. Mitchell Reeves trying to close that gap onto Sean Dower, but Sean Dower having his hands full, trying to get up to the rear end of the number 73 of Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson qualified position 3. Right now in position 1. Mitchell Reeves qualified position 2. Right now in position 3. And James Lehman qualified position 1. Right now in position 4. Now on the flip side of that, Sean Dower, position 2, qualified in at 13th. So Sean Dower, of these top 4, he is the biggest mover of the top 4. Mitchell Reeves edging on ever closer onto the rear end of the number 70 of Sean Dower. Sean Dower still sitting at about 4 car lengths differential between him and the leader, catching it up. Possible tire wear starting to come into effect for Justin Anderson. Sean Dower has been getting to close that lap, but look at Mitchell Reeves, inside to outside, outside to inside. That's a good way to burn your tires up, brother. But right now, Mitchell Reeves, the man in charge. Even though he is in position 3, Mitchell Reeves going down to the front. He is on that backstretch, passes. On the inside, the number 70 of Sean Dower, James Lehman going for a pass on Sean Dower. That will put Sean Dower back into 4th position if he cannot get back around the number 1, James Lehman. He's fighting hard on that outside lane, but James Lehman will indeed take over that 3rd position from the number 70 of Sean Dower. James Lehman trying to get up there to the rear end of Mitchell Reeves. Once again, Sean Dower down to the inside. Sean Dower side by side, wanting his number 3 position back. Sean Dower battling hard here with James Lehman, and indeed Sean Dower. What a great pass right there by Sean Dower. Hey, big shout out there to Lisa Batchelor. Sean Dower back into 4th place as James Lehman got one more run. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, they are just jockeying back and forth for position. James Lehman right now in 3rd spot. Sean Dower back there in 4th spot. Dropping back to positions 5 and 6, taking a look at the young guns, Tristan Meeks and Jarrett Lipster. Right now, Jarrett and Tristan, positions 5 and 6, doing a very great job, very careful not to wreck one another as they do approach the lap traffic of the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Looking like a couple of purple and black Twinkies out here. Tristan Meeks and Jarrett Lipster doing a very good job, but on the outside of Jarrett Lipster, hard charging, the number 3 of Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson losing momentum onto that outside lane, but Mark Jackson down to the inside lane. What a skyrocket pass right there by Mark Jackson, past the number 99, like he was pretty much sitting still. Right now, Mark Jackson on his way, trying to get up there to the front. We've had a lead change in the front, back up to the front. Mitchell Reeves taking over the lead here on lap 84. Right now, Mitchell Reeves out there large and in charge. We just took lap 85, 15 to go here of 100 in the Monday Night Mania Race 4 here at Michigan. Right now, we've got Mitchell Reeves, P1. Justin Anderson holding solid in second. James Lehman in third. Sean Dower has dropped back to fourth place, currently getting passed by Tristan Beats. Possibility that Sean Dower has used up his tires. Right now, Sean Dower trying to hang on best he can, but the monkey in the middle between Mark Jackson and the number 211 of Tristan Beats. Mark Jackson charging hard down to that inside lane. Mark Jackson will come around the number 70 of Sean Dower. Sean Dower currently losing 4 positions, right now dropping back to that position 6, but he is fighting back on the inside. Sean Dower, Mark Jackson, Jarrett Lipster racing hard on lap 86. Getting our cameras focused back up towards the front to James Lehman and Justin Anderson. James Lehman in position 3. Justin Anderson in position 2. Both of these drivers trying hard to catch the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves, but I am not sure that is going to be done. Mitchell Reeves right now with a half a second lead off of Justin Anderson. Almost 700ths of a second off of James Lehman. Right now, James Lehman racing hard with Justin Anderson. Tire wear coming into play big time out here tonight at Michigan, as we knew it would. James Lehman very tight onto the number 73 of Justin Anderson. But he's got about 12 and a half laps to get her done tonight. Got a lot of ground to make up here at Michigan, as Mitchell Reeves is indeed stretching his lead out. 10th of a second by 10th of a second. James Lehman racing very hard with Justin Anderson. Mitchell Reeves large and in charge out there in front, representing Southeast Motorsports. Mitchell Reeves qualified second. Right now in position 1. We had talked earlier about qualifying being very important, and here is my case in point. Mitchell Reeves qualified 2, position 1. Justin Anderson qualified 3rd, position 2. James Lehman qualified 1st, and he is position 3. So our top 3 qualifiers right now are in positions 1, 2, and 3. Saw a lot of green flag pit stops out here tonight. Drivers doing a very great job. Been an exciting race out here at Michigan. Now next Monday night, in the Monday Night Mania, we are heading for Daytona. Some big track super speedway action for you coming out there at Daytona next Monday night. One more check-in with Sean Dower before we hit up those cameras to our leaders and lock them in. Right now, Sean Dower is in position 6, being raced by the number 99, but holding his own very well. We've seen a lot out here tonight out of Sean Dower, doing a great job. Certainly will get a top 10 position out here tonight. Big shout out to Sean Dower and Old School. Sean Dower ready to get real busy right here with the number 78 of Donald Stewart and the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster. Donald Stewart still trying to make a last-minute run. Right now, Donald Stewart is in position 8. Big action with the number 99 of Jarrett Lipster and Sean Dower scraping paint right there, as Jarrett Lipster did give a little bit of side action there to Sean Dower. I know he didn't mean to do it, but that did slow down the number 70 just a hair. Jarrett Lipster trying to get her done tonight, right now in position 7. Donald Stewart in position 8, being raced by Sean Dower. Sean Dower trying to work his way back up to the front of the field. We are on lap 92. Getting down to our closing laps. James Lehman right now has fallen back one position to position 4. 2.5 seconds back off of our race leader. Mark Jackson up into position 3. Well, there you go, Mama Patty and Chris and Mark Jackson. Qualified 18th, right now in position 3, and he is gaining ground onto the number 73 of Justin Anderson. Mark Jackson with a last-minute attempt. He's got about 6.5 laps to get her done. Not quite sure if he's going to get up to Mitchell Reeves or not. Mitchell Reeves is a solid 2 seconds ahead. But Mark Jackson right now doing everything he can to gain ground. He is almost on to the rear end of the number 73 of Justin Anderson, following his line around this 2-mile speedway. Rivet for rivet, notch for notch, groove for groove. Mark Jackson ever closer, down about a half car length. Mark Jackson in that passing position. And Mark Jackson, will he go upside or downside? And Mark Jackson goes, well, right now he's staying right where he is and getting ready to make that pass at any moment. I know my good friend Mark Jackson ripping it on. Kristen Phillips out there saying, go, number 3. Mark Jackson qualified 18th. Right now he is in position 2, wanting to get a top 2 tonight. Knock on wood, a definite top 3. But he is having a very hard time getting around the number 73 of Justin Anderson. Mark Jackson going up to that high lane. Number 73, Justin following suit. Mark Jackson going low. Justin Anderson following suit. Mark Jackson with a high move up. Justin matching every move. Well, I tell you what, folks, racing is racing. And we certainly cannot expect Justin Anderson to just lay down, stick his hand out the window and say, well, come on, Mark, come on around me. He's going to make Mark Jackson work for it, folks. This is racing at its finest. Mark Jackson with a run down onto that inside lane. He is side by side with the number 73. Oh, unfortunate though, that tire wear not sticking. Lose a little bit of momentum. Go, Mark Jackson, go. Kristen, do it for Kristen, do it for Mama Patty. Well, he was there, but that tire did not hold, falling back into position 3 one more time. Right now, these drivers are at 2.6 seconds back off of our race leader, Mitchell Reeves. We are on lap 96, watching Justin Anderson and Mark Jackson, and caution is out, and that will freeze the field. Looking back at it, we're looking at the number 91 of Joel Guy. It does appear that the number 91 of Joel Guy drifting up possibly and trapping the number 15 of Ronald Hartfield up into that wall. We're going to look at that from a couple of different angles. Interesting situation right there with the number 91 of Joel Guy sliding up track into the number 15 of Ronald Hartfield, and that will bring out, I do believe, our 4th caution of the night. Great racing out here tonight, and ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that will seal the deal out here, but these drivers are going to have to complete 2.5 more laps under cautions. But tentatively, it's looking like Mitchell Reeves, Justin Anderson, and Mark Jackson will seal the deal here tonight at Michigan. And we are waiting confirmation down onto that track. We're going to know as soon as these drivers do take lap 98 whether this will seal the deal. But indeed, I do believe that this will be Mitchell Reeves, Justin Anderson, and Mark Jackson for a 1, 2, 3 pit stop. Now, checking in with our fans, that will put Wally Tierheimer possibly into position 16th, and Sean trying to find that driver. He will possibly be finishing out in position 9, but none of this is verified. But I tell you what, Sean Dower putting on a great show out here tonight. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, word on the track is that this will seal the deal. These drivers are getting ready to take to the green. As soon as they do get one more lap in, we're going to get these driver interviews in. Mark Jackson, Justin Anderson, Mitchell Reeves, positions 3, 2, and 1. James Lehman, position 4. Tristan Beats, position 5. What a good run out here tonight for Tristan Beats. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you by All Pro Broadcasting Network. Michael D'Amico, the man on the cams. Tonight's race series brought to you by Richard Brose. Richard Brose out of Dothan, Alabama. Richie B's Pizza. Good stuff if you're ever out there in Dothan, Alabama. Richie B will hook you up. Big shout out to PAD, People Against Distracted Driving. Tune in 2 weeks on Sunday for our back to regular schedule monthly broadcast of the Race for PAD, People Against Distracted Driving. Put down those cell phones. Save a life. Stay alive. PAD, People Against Distracted Driving. Alrighty, folks. Drivers are in a safe enough position. I'm going to go on and move a couple of these drivers up and get them on the horn here. Moving up first will be Mark Jackson. How about it, Mark Jackson? Have you got a copy, sir?
Hey, Scott.
Well, I tell you what, you finished up P3. What are you thinking?
Man, I'm super stoked. Glad to see it go green there at the end.
Alrighty, well, you were a last-minute mover. You actually started tonight's race in P18 up to third place. What was your secrets out here, Mark?
Well, it seemed to work out better for me if we kind of took it easy on the beginning of the run, and the car kind of came to me at the end of the run. So I think that paid off in the end. We had a good pit strategy. Wound up taking 2 on that first yellow. That first green flag stop, and then the yellow came out and has got us up front. We were managed to stay up here most of the night.
Alrighty, sir. Well, I'm very proud of you, and I know that Kristen, she was rooting you on to the insane go. Number 3, good job, Mark Jackson.
Thank you, Scotty. Love you, Kristen. Love you, Mama. And just want to say thanks, KMA. Thanks to PAD Motorsports, PADD.org. Don't text and drive, stay alive.
Alrighty, copy that, Mark Jackson. Good job. How about it, Justin Anderson? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Very impressive, number 3. I tell you what, I'm not sure if you led the most laps tonight. It sure looked like you did. But talk to me about that last-minute move there by Mitchell Reeves.
So it was one of those, I think I got overconfident because of how I've been running. I didn't pit on the last stop when everybody else did, thinking that either there would be more cautions or that I would just have enough speed to hold them off. And, you know, arrogance can get the best of you sometimes. And it was a stupid decision, but it's still a great run.
I tell you what, you did a very great run out here. Indeed, we were rooting on you. Mark Jackson making a tremendous comeback. How did tire wear play into the last few laps out here?
Mitchell was better at saving in the long run anyway, but the fact that his tires were better than mine, just even by a few laps, did make it a lot easier for him to get past me. Once he got alongside me, I was like, there's no point in wrecking us both. I had a fun racing with Mitchell, Mark, and James, kind of the top 4 the whole race, and I didn't want to mess our races up.
Copy that, and that indeed was a heartbreaker there for James and for Sean Dower. Those 2 boys, they were doing a great job, but you, sir, position number 2. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the great broadcast.
Alrighty, how about it, Mitchell, man of the hour?
Well, you got you, Scott.
Alrighty, talk to me about those last few laps there with Justin. Justin was talking about you were better with the tires. Tell us about that.
Well, when we talked in our interview earlier, Scott, you were talking about the strategy, and for the first time, and I don't remember how long, the strategy actually worked out. That caution came a little sooner than I thought, but the good thing that happened was a lot of people ended up pitting, and I came out, I think, P7, and it really just worked out in my favor. I really can't thank James Lehman and Justin for racing me as clean as they did. They could have given me a much more harder time, and they really raced me clean, and I can't thank them enough for that. But yeah, it just worked out, and man, from coming from the pits to go through this whole entire field and get it back, I can't be much more happier than this.
Alrighty, copy that. Well, we talk about you a whole lot up here in the booth representing Southeast. You are the man. You are the man with the plan. Talk to me about your real life stuff you got going on out there.
Yeah, I do a lot of drag racing. We're actually going to be doing our first race of the season coming up, and we're actually in the running for the next big thing in the country. I'm gonna on a voting ballot right now for the next big thing in the United States for people under 25 with 3 years or experience or less. So that's a heck of an honor in itself, and maybe we'll get lucky and get in that. And if we win it, we'll get an interview with a really, really popular podcast. So hopefully that all works out. But when we're not drag racing, we're here at KMA having a blast and having these great races like we did tonight. But just got to give a huge shout out to John Hendrick with Overtop Paints and Designs for all these paint schemes he makes. Not just for me, but mostly everybody in this field. It's just top-notch stuff. Huge shout out to him. Richie B's Pizza, Jason's All Pro Automotive for everything he does, and All Pro Broadcast and everything else. Just another great race, and can't leave out Southeast Motorsports. All those guys, if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be as good as I am. So shout out to all of them and all the viewers.
Alrighty, copy that. Congratulations. Now get in there and get me some donuts going on, brother. There you go. Round and round. Good job, Mitchell.
Thank you.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what a night out here tonight. Caution count was low. We saw a lot of green flag pit stops. We're watching Mitchell Reeves right now, enjoying his time in victory lane. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night with our Tuesday night truck series. We are at Dover. A little bit of apprehension heading into Dover. That's one of them little itty-bitty tracks. Going to be a lot of fun out there, though, at Dover. And on Friday, we'll be right back out here at Michigan, running it up with the Friday night flights. Be sure to check out Domino's TYJ on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Live broadcast by All Pro Broadcasting. Mike D'Amico. I am Scott Kovic, your announcer for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, what a night. Big shout out to our fans. And we are out of here.
Never look behind through all that I have seen. 'Cause all I need is white lines of gasoline. White lines of gasoline. White lines of gasoline. White lines of gasoline. We believe in the American way, and we built this country called the USA, and we fly our flag 'cause we're proud and free, we're Americans. Red, white, and blue is our way of life. We never back down from a challenge or a fight. Nature provides, God gives the rights, we're Americans. We make up America, this amazing America.
Hey, this is Garrett Smith, driver the number 0 JD Motorsports Chevrolet, and you're watching All Pro Broadcasting.